It seems that there's not much else in her life that is as important as food. What she's going to be eating, what she's going to be buying from the shops, what we're going to be having for dinner.
Ashley's starvation has meant he's denied himself high-calorie food like pizza for 5 years.
I'm just so stringent with my ingredients that it's just not enjoyable because I'm so tense and I'm so desperate for it not to include something that I'm not comfortable with.
Cheese is a vital ingredient in any pizza, but for Morag, even a small handful is too much to bear.
Put lots of cheese.
We don't want too much cheese, thank you,
that's
fine.
I used to eat cheese a lot when I was younger. Since I've had the illness, it's been much more of an issue for me because it's fat, really, and I just sort of see it as that.
Can see tomato sauce.
Thank you.
Okay.
Thank you. Any amount of cheese is a challenge. It's just frightening. It's just like asking you to go and jump off a cliff or something. You think twice about doing it, and when somebody's pushing you to do it, it's not easy.
With the pizza made, the hardest challenge is still to come: eating them.
We'll start with a slice each. I'll probably have, if it's a lunch, I'll probably have 2 of these slices. Pull it. Got it? Yep.
I think the last time I had a pizza was about 5 years ago, so it was nice to sort of reintroduce that today.
Cheese is what goes on pizzas, and that's what makes them taste nice. So I was trying to kind of balance it all up.
By eating pizza, Morag is facing her cheese phobia head-on.
The task was deliberately difficult. I asked them to step out of their comfort zone, to feel quite uncomfortable, and they all did that.
The group managed to eat their first helping, but consuming more calories is their #1 goal, so Ursula pushes them to try more.
Well done.
But for Fiona, the prospect of another slice is a step too far.
You can't. You've had enough.
Really, I'm gonna stop. I just think you're just going to keep eating and keep eating and keep eating until someone actually says to you, stop.
Anorexics almost always are terrified that they will lose control of their eating if they start and then eat out of control and gain weight. So essentially they don't allow themselves particularly to eat the sort of foods which are most out of control. So they may deliberately avoid foods that they have previously felt were favourites.
When I had pizza in the past, I would just, for a Saturday night tea, have a whole pizza, and it wasn't about how big it is, how much it made me feel full. I just had to eat the whole pizza.
I mean, anorexia has been described as a spring that gets wound tighter and tighter and tighter, and the tighter it gets wound, the more scary it is to let go. But actually, what we find is that when people do let go of the control a little bit, it doesn't mean that you eat and eat and eat and you won't stop. It never happens, but it's something that people always think will happen, and that's something you're terrified about happening again.
Yeah.
I've heard that.
Have you?
Most definitely.
So you let it go of a bit of the control.
Huge appetite. I really do. And I've never been big, which is the ironic thing. I've never been big. I've never had to worry about it. But I worry now that I won't know where to stop.
Although the group have struggled to clear their plates, eating a high-fat takeaway has been a huge step for them on their road to recovery.
I think for me, it's so good to make something and then sit down and enjoy it, and not have other people enjoy it and ask them how it tastes. It's great. It is.
It's always going to be tricky to do today, but I've managed, and I had that second piece.
It is hard doing things that you're completely out of your comfort zone doing, but it's helping, and it has helped. When I started off, I was really absolutely terrified of cheese. So to be able to put it on something and eat it today was a big step.
It's hard to know how I feel about today. It's brought up a lot of emotions for me that are quite hard for me to deal. I think what's nice is that I can see how far I've come in a short space of time. As far as food's concerned, I really am starting to make good steps towards recovery. So it's about taking what I've learnt from this, and I'm very motivated to keep moving forward.
It's the final meal in the feeding clinic, and for Louise, it's a plateful of jacket potato with cheese and beans.
If I can think properly, this is like the first proper meal, hot meal that's ever been put in front of me.
While Carly's having chicken and chips.
Are you looking forward to like getting like a proper diet back tomorrow. And
I'm looking forward to mainly to trying to keep up this appetite.
In just a few days you've come quite a long way.
Do you know what, I even want to eat these hard chips just so my plate's empty at the end of it. I'm stuffed.
Is it worth leaving that? But I think no, I'm going to leave it. Because I think that is where to go wrong. I don't know when I'm full, and now I realise I'm full. I think, but there's only a little bit to finish, but, you know, like, should I carry on with eating them?
It's a real result for Carly and Louise as they reach the end of the diet swap.
I think the hardest thing this week had to be, like, being pushed to the edge with food. Like, now I have honestly learned the true meaning of hunger, so I didn't like it at the time, I really, really didn't, but now I'm really, really glad.
The hardest thing for me was eating when somebody else has finished, and I think, you know, from this experience I've kind of taken away the fact that I can carry on until I'm actually full and not just when I think I'm full.
Before they leave the clinic, the girls meet up with Dr. Jessen to get their individual 12-week healthy eating plans.
So let's now give you your diet plans, which I've got over here. Louise, your one, and Carly, that's yours. Louise, yours is all about portion control. With you, they were a little bit over the top, so we're going to control those more, and we're going to make the options a little bit more healthy. And Carly, yours, you're going to have to plan this. You need to take food with you so you can snack and make time to eat. I'm going to see you again in 12 weeks' time, all right? And hopefully you're well on the way to you losing some weight, you gaining weight. I think you're going to feel so much happier and healthier and more confident, both of you.
It's still going to take time. I don't think it's something that's going to change straight away, but I think if I just get myself mentally prepared, then I'm able to do it.
Right, this is it.
Good luck.
Oh, I'm going to miss you. And you. The Louise that came in at the beginning of the week was, I don't know, a bit confused about stuff, but I think now I'm going out of this house with like a completely different attitude to life and food and everything really. I think my mind has completely changed and I'm just looking forward to the rest of my life.
I'm obsessed with getting the perfect body, but after several weeks of gymming it, I'm now looking for more enjoyable ways of achieving perfection. So what else is out there that will get me trim, taut and terrific? I want a body that is lean and sculpted like Sarah Jessica Parker. But what exercise does she swear by? Ballet! Yes, ballet. The 500-year-old exercise now in vogue in gyms all over the country. I haven't done it since I was 5, but if SJP swears by it, then I'm willing to give it a go.
Well, obviously it requires a lot of strength and a lot of control, mainly your core strength. If you go for a class for an hour, you're just working every single muscle in your body really non-stop, so it really is a good form of toning and strengthening the muscles. And legs onto the bar. Arms in anchor on, reach up and lengthen the spine, and stretch over.
This is as far as I can go.
Not too bouncy, girls, nice and smooth.
This was easy when I was 5. Ballet originated in the 15th century French royal courts.
And down gently at the end.
And ballet training uses every muscle in the body to twist, bend and flex.
1, 2, 3 and
As you build muscle, you also firm, tone up and drop excess fat. That ballet class was one of the most difficult exercises I have ever done. The combination of technique and actually putting your body into those very tight and controlled poses, unbelievably difficult. You try it at home, you tell me.
Three months ago, Supersize Louise and Superskinny Carly checked into our feeding clinic. They've come back to see Dr. Jessen, but has all the hard work paid off?
Carly, hi. How are you?
Good, thank you.
Nice to see you again. Come and have a seat. So, tell me, how's it been?
Good, really good actually. I feel better, I feel like I know what to eat, I know when to eat it, and it just makes me feel like better all round.
And do you feel a little bit more relaxed about food now?
Yeah, it's even though food has become a priority for me, which it wasn't before, it's not like a chore, it's not like a nagging priority, it's just kind of it's become a natural thing.
Let's go and get you weighed, shall we? Come with me.
I'm really nervous about finding out if I've put weight on.
For Louise, the last few months have brought an even more dramatic change.
Well, 2 weeks ago, I felt a bit funny and I've been being sick, so I done a pregnancy test and it turns out I'm pregnant.
Oh, that's great news. Quite frankly, I'm delighted, and I can't think really of a better time for you to start eating sensibly and healthily now than when you're pregnant. In fact, I'm going to change things for you slightly now and say I don't want you now to try losing tons of weight during your pregnancy. I think that would be wrong.
Yeah.
I want you to try and keep eating healthily and exercising, and then after the pregnancy, great, you'll find that the weight drops off.
Before Dr. Jessen reveals the results, the girls get a chance to see each other for the first time in 3 months.
All right.
How are you?
I'm good.
You look amazing. How's it all been going?
Yeah, it's been going really good, but I found out 2 weeks ago that I'm pregnant.
Oh, congratulations. Oh.
How are you both?
Very good.
What do you think of each other?
She looks amazing.
She looks great.
Really good.
So for me, you know, the most significant changes you've both made are the emotional ones, the fact that you've cracked the comfort eating, you know, the junk food that you just keep turning to. You've knocked that on the head.
No, that is one thing that I'm made up that I've learned and I've been able to achieve since the diet plan, and it's really, really good.
For you, Carly, I mean, really, you had these big issues about you couldn't eat on your own.
Definitely, I feel much more chilled out when it comes to just sitting down and eating now. I don't feel like pressure anymore.
And you enjoy food.
Yeah, I do.
For me, you have managed to make some big changes to your life, so I'm delighted. Not only that, you have put on a pound and you've put on an inch. So it's not massive, all right? Let's be honest about this. It's not massive, but as I said to you, I'm delighted in what you've done already. And you, Mum, despite being pregnant and therefore ought to be getting heavier, you've actually gone and lost half a stone.
Really?
Yes,
I
you
thought
have.
we lost a pound.
You've lost half a stone, 7 pounds.
Oh, very good.
And you've lost 5 inches around your tummy. I'm expecting your tummy now to be expanding, but it's not.
Very good.
Yeah, very good indeed.
I feel really happy with what Christian's just told me. I'm amazed that I lost half a stone, and the 5 inches off my waist it's amazing.
Even though I've only put a pound on and an inch on around my waist, I feel great actually, because I've learned so much in all the other areas. It's just the sort of thing that's just going to keep going and going, and I know that I'll put weight on.